In the annals of ancient Indian mythology, few tales captivate the imagination quite like the epic of Ramayana. At its heart lies a story of love, devotion, and heroism that has endured for millennia. Today we delve into one of its most pivotal chapters, Hanuman's journey to Lanka. Our story begins in a time of great turmoil. The demon king Ravana, ruler of Lanka, had committed an unforgivable act, the abduction of Sita, the beloved wife of Lord Rama. This audacious move set in motion a chain of events that would shake the very foundations of the cosmos. Rama, the seventh avatar of Lord Vishnu, was not one to stand idly by while his wife suffered. Alongside his loyal brother Lakshmana, he had embarked on a perilous quest to rescue Sita. But the task before them was daunting. Lanka, Ravana's island fortress, lay far across the treacherous waters of the Indian Ocean. It was in this moment of need that Hanuman stepped forward. Known for his unwavering devotion to Rama, Hanuman was no ordinary being. Son of the wind god Vayu, he possessed strength that could move mountains and wisdom that rivaled the greatest sages. But it was his boundless faith in Rama that truly set him apart. Rama, recognizing Hanuman's unique abilities, entrusted him with a crucial mission to find Sita and bring back news of her whereabouts. It was a task that would require not just strength, but also cunning and discretion. Hanuman accepted without hesitation, his heart swelling with pride at being chosen for such an important role. As Hanuman prepared for his journey, the gravity of the situation weighed heavily upon him. He knew that the fate of Sita, and by extension the entire world, rested on his shoulders. Failure was not an option. With a deep breath and a prayer to Rama, Hanuman took a mighty leap that defied the very laws of nature. His body grew to colossal proportions, dwarfing mountains and casting shadows over vast swaths of land. With each bound, he covered leagues, his form a blur against the sky. The ocean, which had seemed an insurmountable barrier, now appeared as little more than a puddle beneath his feet. As Hanuman soared through the air, he encountered numerous challenges. The sun, impressed by his feat, decided to test him by intensifying its heat. But Hanuman, undeterred, simply grew larger, reducing the sun's impact. Sarasa, the mother of the Nagas, appeared before him, demanding that he pass through her mouth to proceed. Hanuman, ever resourceful, shrank to the size of a thumb, entered her mouth, and quickly exited, outsmarting her. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of flight, Hanuman caught sight of Lanka on the horizon. The island fortress loomed before him, its golden towers and imposing walls, a testament to Ravana's power and wealth. As he approached, Hanuman reduced his size, becoming no larger than a common monkey. He knew that stealth would be crucial in navigating the demon-infested city. Landing on the shores of Lanka, Hanuman was immediately struck by the opulence of his surroundings. Ravana's capital was a marvel of architecture and excess. Golden palaces stretched as far as the eye could see, their spires reaching towards the heavens. The streets were lined with precious gems, and the air was thick with the scent of exotic flowers. But Hanuman had no time to marvel at these wonders. His mission was clear, and every moment spent in idle observation was a moment Sita remained in captivity. With the agility that was his birthright, he began to move through the city, his small form allowing him to slip unnoticed past the watchful eyes of Ravana's demon guards. As night fell, Hanuman's search grew more frantic. He had scoured countless palaces and gardens, but there was no sign of Sita. Doubt began to creep into his mind. Had he failed in his mission? Was Sita even in Lanka? But just as despair threatened to overwhelm him, a glimmer of hope appeared. In the distance, Hanuman spotted a garden unlike any other he had seen in Lanka. This was the Ashoka Vana, a place of unparalleled beauty. Something in his heart told him that this was where he would find Sita. With renewed determination, he made his way towards the garden. As he entered the Ashoka Vana, Hanuman's senses were assaulted by a riot of colors and fragrances. Flowers of every hue bloomed in abundance, their petals glistening with dew. But amidst this beauty, there was an undercurrent of sorrow that seemed to permeate the very air. And then he saw her. Sitting beneath a massive tree surrounded by fearsome demonesses was Sita. Even in her state of captivity, her beauty and grace were undimmed. But Hanuman could see the toll that her ordeal had taken. Her face was etched with sadness, and her once resplendent garments were now tattered and soiled. The demonesses around her were engaged in a ceaseless campaign of psychological warfare. They extolled the virtues of Ravana, speaking of his power and wealth, trying to convince Sita to accept him as her husband. But Sita remained unmoved. Her devotion to Rama was absolute, a beacon of fidelity in a sea of temptation. Hanuman's heart swelled with pride at Sita's unwavering loyalty, but it also broke at seeing her in such distress. He longed to reveal himself immediately, to assure her that rescue was at hand. But caution stayed his hand. He knew that a hasty move could jeopardize everything. Instead, he chose a subtler approach. Concealing himself in the dense foliage of a nearby tree, Hanuman began to softly recite verses from the Ramayana. His voice, though barely above a whisper, carried clearly in the still night air. He sang of Rama's virtues, his valor, and his undying love for Sita. The effect was immediate. Sita, hearing these familiar words, looked up, her eyes scanning the garden. Hope, long dormant, began to stir in her heart. Could it be that Rama had sent someone to find her? As her gaze fell upon the small monkey perched in the tree, she felt a surge of recognition. This was no ordinary animal. There was a divine presence about him. "Who are you?" Sita called out, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and hope. "How do you know these stories of my beloved Rama?" Hanuman, realizing that the moment of truth had arrived, leapt down from the tree and assumed his true form. He bowed low before Sita, his hands folded in reverence. "Mother," he said, for that is how he regarded her. "I am Hanuman, humble servant of Lord Rama. I have come at his behest to find you and bring news of your safety back to him." Tears of joy sprang to Sita's eyes as she listened to Hanuman's words. He told her of Rama's tireless search, of the army he had assembled, and of his unwavering determination to rescue her. To prove the truth of his words, Hanuman presented Sita with a ring that Rama had entrusted to him, a token of his enduring love. Sita clutched the ring to her heart, overwhelmed by emotion. For the first time since her abduction, she allowed herself to feel hope. She shared with Hanuman the details of her captivity, of Ravana's threats and temptations, and of her unshakable faith in Rama's ability to save her. As dawn approached, Hanuman knew that his time was short. He had accomplished his primary mission, finding Sita and assuring her of Rama's imminent arrival. But a new resolve had taken root in his heart. He would not leave Lanka without striking a blow against Ravana's forces. With a mischievous glint in his eye, Hanuman bid farewell to Sita, promising her that rescue was at hand. Then, he set about causing chaos in Lanka. Growing to an enormous size, he began to rampage through the city, destroying gardens and palaces and decimating Ravana's army. The demons of Lanka, caught off guard by this sudden attack, scrambled to mount a defense. But Hanuman was unstoppable. His strength, fueled by his devotion to Rama, seemed limitless. He uprooted trees, hurled boulders, and even set fire to parts of the city with his tail. Ravana, enraged by this audacious assault on his kingdom, sent his most powerful warriors to subdue Hanuman. Among them was his son, Indrajit, renowned for his magical prowess. Indrajit unleashed his most potent weapons against Hanuman, but they seemed to have no effect. Hanuman's devotion to Rama had rendered him invincible. As the battle raged on, Hanuman realized that he had an opportunity to confront Ravana directly. Allowing himself to be captured, he was brought before the demon king in chains. In Ravana's opulent court, surrounded by sycophantic demons, Hanuman stood tall and proud. "Who are you," Ravana thundered, "that dares to challenge my power?" Hanuman's reply was calm but filled with conviction. "I am Hanuman, servant of Lord Rama. I come with a message from my master. Release Sita and beg for Rama's forgiveness, or face destruction." Ravana, unaccustomed to such defiance, flew into a rage. He ordered that Hanuman's tail be set on fire, thinking to humiliate the monkey before killing him. But Hanuman had other plans. As his tail was ignited, he broke free of his bonds and began to leap from building to building, his flaming tail setting fire to more of the city. The demons of Lanka watched in horror as their beautiful city burned. Hanuman, his mission complete, extinguished the flames in the ocean and prepared to return to Rama. As he took to the skies, he cast one last look at the Ashoka Vana, where he knew Sita waited with renewed hope. Hanuman's return to Rama's camp was met with jubilation. He recounted every detail of his adventure, from his ocean crossing to his confrontation with Ravana. Rama listened intently, his heart swelling with pride at Hanuman's bravery and devotion. With the knowledge that Sita was alive and her location confirmed, Rama began to prepare his army for the final battle. The monkey warriors, inspired by Hanuman's feat, were eager for the fight. Even the elements seemed to align in their favor, with the sea god offering to help them build a bridge to Lanka. As preparations for the invasion of Lanka began in earnest, Hanuman stood by Rama's side, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. He knew that the road to rescuing Sita would be fraught with danger, but his faith in Rama was unshakable. With every fiber of his being, he believed in the triumph of good over evil, of love over hate. And so, as the sun set on another day, the stage was set for one of the greatest battles in mythological history. Rama, with Hanuman and his army of devoted followers, would soon march on Lanka, determined to rescue Sita and vanquish the forces of evil. The tale of Hanuman's journey to Lanka is more than just a thrilling adventure story. It is a testament to the power of devotion, the strength of love, and the triumph of good over evil. In Hanuman, we see the ideal servant, loyal, brave, and selfless. In Sita, we witness unwavering fidelity and inner strength. And in Rama, we find the embodiment of dharma, of righteous action in the face of adversity. As we reflect on this timeless tale, we are reminded of the virtues it extols: courage, loyalty, and perseverance. These are qualities that resonate across cultures and generations, making the Ramayana not just an Indian epic, but a universal story of human triumph. The journey of Hanuman to Lanka is but one chapter in the grand narrative of the Ramayana, yet it encapsulates so much of what makes this epic enduringly relevant. It speaks to the potential within each of us to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds when we are driven by a higher purpose. In our modern world, where cynicism often reigns supreme, the pure devotion of Hanuman serves as a powerful counterpoint. It reminds us that faith, whether in a divine being, in a cause, or in our own capabilities, can be a transformative force. As we conclude our exploration of this fascinating episode, let us carry with us the spirit of Hanuman, his courage, his wisdom, and above all, his unwavering devotion. For in embracing these qualities, we too might find the strength to leap across our own oceans of doubt and adversity, to accomplish feats we never thought possible. The story of Hanuman's journey to Lanka continues to inspire millions around the world, a testament to its enduring power and relevance. It reminds us that within each of us lies the potential for greatness, waiting to be awakened by the call of a noble cause. And so, as we turn the page on this chapter of the Ramayana, we do so with a renewed appreciation for the depth and richness of this ancient epic. It is a story that has stood the test of time, continuing to offer wisdom and inspiration to generation after generation. In the end, perhaps that is the true magic of mythology, its ability to speak to the human condition across the ages, to illuminate the path of righteousness, and to kindle the flame of hope in even the darkest of times. As we face our own challenges and embark on our own quests, may we carry with us the indomitable spirit of Hanuman, ever ready to take that leap of faith into the unknown.